We're not here to, if you wanted to watch content, just go watch my YouTube channel. If you're here to work, you got to have your camera on, be ready to work. We're going to do it today. All right, let's talk about today's agenda. We're getting into it. If you are watching us for the first time, this is our day 2 of our challenge. We started yesterday. The recording is up while we are still running the challenge, but that will be gone after we are done, okay? So let's talk about day 2. Day 2 is the first part of the Think and Grow Rich section, which, by the way, do you guys have your book with you? Does anybody have the book with them? Okay, so we're going to be going to the first chapter, the starting point of all success, which is desire. And so here, we're going to be focusing on how to create your true desire for your goal and go beyond wishful thinking. I said there's 3 levels. There's wishful thinking, there's a goal, and there's an obsession. Depending on which of those 3 frequencies you're tapped into will determine what starts to manifest into your life. So we'll discuss that today. The power of quantum thinking. Why is a quantum jump real? How do quantum leaps happen in real life? How does somebody go from 0 to 100,000 overnight? Like, how do these things happen? That's not logical. You don't go to Harvard Business School and talk about scaling 0 to 100K a month in personal profits. Like, that's not a thing. It's like linear. Well, that's because we're working in the quantum realm. How do we know this quantum realm is real? Like, is there proof behind this? We'll discuss that today. We're going to talk about setting your goal, something called a C-type goal, and the new version of yourself, and then the 6-step process to turning that vision into a reality. Your action steps for the day, if you want to go ahead and start writing those down, you're going to write your C-type goal, right? Which you're going to have your goal card. I see some of you have your goal cards printed out. Like, yes, I got my, who's got their goal cards? Yes? You want to have your goal cards? That was part of the homework to get your goal cards. You're going to get that completed today. You're going to start your visualizations, and then you're going to drop in your group the accountability. Okay, let's hop into it. So what I want to start off with today is actually kind of what we were finishing up yesterday. I didn't want to get too much in depth with it because we're covering that today. This idea of a quantum leap. Because if we start talking about desire, C-type goals, and all this kind of stuff, like, how do we know this stuff is even real? Okay, the reason we know that this is real. Let me get on my whiteboard here. Join my whiteboard, guys. Okay. If you're watching on Instagram, you're not going to be able to see because you have to come join the school group. Watch my story. You can join the group and then get on the Zoom call with us, okay? All right. Let me see your beautiful faces. Let me change the view here. All right. Now I can see you guys. All right. Why is a quantum leap real? Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to write this here. Okay. Let this represent time. Okay. Let that represent time, and let this represent the different frequencies. Okay. So here you are, and remember, what is your frequency? It's 3 things. When you say raise your frequency, raising your vibration, really what you're saying is you're changing your thoughts, your feelings, your actions. That is what is your frequency. Okay. It's your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. That is what you emit to the outside world. The law of attraction will then react, which I believe we talked about yesterday. If not, we'll talk about it at some point. The law of attraction will react to you and bring the things that you want based on the frequency that you emit. Okay. And so here you are on frequency 1. Let the purple line represent your current physical reality, where you're at right now in your beta brain waves, your current reality. This is what you're doing right now. Okay. And then in the quantum space, that's this red line right here. Essentially, the simple fact. Okay, let's talk about the law of vibration first before we get into all this tactical stuff. The law of vibration precedes the law of attraction. The law of vibration states that there's infinite amounts of vibration, that this entire world is created through vibrations. Think about this. How are you hearing me right now? You are hearing me through the vibration of the device that you're using, your phone or your iPad. I'm talking into this microphone, which you won't hear anything that I'm saying. That is a vibration that I can come off and on and off, okay? So that is what you're hearing. There's infinite amounts of vibration through sound, through waves, through material, right? This was once a tree. Now it is a book with words on it that can turn you into a millionaire, right? So that is the law of vibration. It states that all things, we're living in an ocean of motion. So there's infinite amounts. Let that represent this y-axis here, where we can just have infinite amounts of frequencies, just rolling all the way up. Okay. Law of attraction states that you're going to attract the same thing that's on that vibration, the same thing that's on that frequency. Following me here. I'm not getting too in depth on the laws on this challenge, but I'm just trying to get you guys caught up. So, through the law of vibration, there states that there's a vibration here, which is your current reality, and a vibration in red, which is your desired reality. Well, with that being said, what we're trying to do is the simple fact that you can see yourself at this higher vibration, the simple fact you can see yourself driving that car, the simple fact you can see yourself with a Rolex or whatever car, or retiring your parents, or living in your dream home, or whatever success means to you. For some of you, success does not mean any of the things I just talked about. That's fine. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, meaning you're going after whatever you define as success and what you desire, and what you put your mind towards. That is that red line that we're discussing right here. Okay? And so that is a frequency. Since creation is already finished, please don't write on my whiteboard. Since creation is already finished, that means, therefore, that, let me see here. Since creation is already finished, that means that all the simple fact that you can see yourself at that means that it's already done, but it's done in the quantum realm. Okay, and you guys have seen me do this exercise before. I want you guys to go ahead and close your eyes, and I'm going to introduce you to the quantum realm in the 60-second exercise. Go ahead and close your eyes. And the easiest thing, I want you guys to imagine your dream car. All right, that's easy. Your dream car. What is it? Okay, just keep it to yourself. Your dream car. SUV, sports car, whatever it is. Okay, now what color is the car? Okay, at the snap of my finger, you're going to change the color of the car. By the way, you're standing to the front left, to the front driver's side. So you're in the corner of the car, looking at it from the front, but on the driver's side angle. So from front side you're looking at, you can see the quarter panels, the front side, and you're looking at the car from the side. Okay, front side, diagonal. Okay. Now go ahead and make the car yellow. Make it green. Make it blue. Make it black. Make it purple. Make it green. Now join me back here. Okay. Fun little exercise. You guys have seen me do that one on the channel. Okay. That's the quantum realm. You guys didn't need the money for that Ferrari, for that Lamborghini, for that Tesla, for whatever the heck car you just visualized. You didn't need the money for it, nor did you need to go to Los Santos garage to change the color. Right? It's instantaneously with changing colors. Right? That is what I talk about as the quantum realm. Okay? In the quantum realm, there is no need for time and space. It's done through imagination. Okay? So in this space, there's no time, there's no money, there's only consciousness or thought patterns. That's why you're able to change things instantaneously. There is no material world for you to get the painting. There was no time needed to paint the car. Instantaneously, it was done. That is the world we want to tap into in order to change our life. Okay? So here's what we want to do. When we're going into the C-type goal, right? Because in a reality, what we're talking about here is your C-type goal, which we'll talk about what that means. Your call it your fantasy. That's your fantasy goal. That's your fantasy goal right here. But here you are in your current reality. So here's what we're gonna end up doing. Here's time, right? Time can be whatever, 5 minutes, 20-minute meditation, 2 years of you studying. Okay. What if we were to somehow leave the material world or the material frequency that you're at now, your thoughts, feelings, and action? What if you were to able to leave this frequency, for example, and somehow be able to tap into this frequency right here? Well, the simple fact that you had that goal means that it's created, right? Well, what happens if you tap into that frequency? What is your frequency? Your thoughts, feelings, and actions. What if you're able to have thoughts, feelings, and actions as that person, as if it was done already? And then time starts to flow again, right? Time is moving in this linear direction. And then here you are. Let's just say you're in a meditation now for 20 minutes. That's time in this example. And then you come back to the material world. But now when you come back to the material world, you're coming back with ideas and action plans to the time that was here. And then you're going to go implement these new things in the material world for the information that you downloaded from the quantum space. That is how you're going to download information. But we're not going to get too deep on that in this challenge. I don't think I have a plan. But I need to talk about this first so you can understand why does somebody go from 0 to 100,000 a month. Is because you're not doing it in the material world, you're doing it in this world. And this is why you can put on a goal card that I'm so happy and grateful now that I earn $1 million per month from YouTube ads and challenges, as you can see on my goal card. Welcome, you guys are all part of my C-type goal. So I can say that I earn $1 million a month from challenges and YouTube ads. And the reason I can do that is because I can see myself at this frequency. And when I have thoughts at this level, I have actions at this level. Congratulations. Welcome to my challenge, part of my C-type goal. And I have thoughts, feelings, and actions at that frequency. Therefore, through the quantum space, I will get ideas, downloads, information. I take actions. I have now matched my frequency, and I have now hit my goal, which is $1 million per month through YouTube ads and challenges. This is how this works. I do this every single day to build my dream life, and you can do the same. That's all we're doing here. Making sense here? So let's get into the different styles of goals. Okay. Before we get into that, we got to get into Think and Grow Rich. Go ahead and open up your books. Okay. Actually, each book's going to be different. So, I mean, I can kind of read them to you, but I'm going to go into the desire chapter, which is I believe, the first chapter, right? Because the first chapter is the introduction. Yep. So it's the first like real starting point of achievement, which is the Think and Grow Rich. First step towards riches. And then he says this, which is on page 25 if you have this leather book. If not, then just follow along. Every person who wins in every undertaking must be willing to burn his ships and cut all sources of retreat. Only by doing so can one be sure of maintaining the state of mind known as the burning desire to win, and it is essential to winning. There's 3 phases that you can tap into. This is why you're going to scale your business from the 6-figure level to the 6-figure per month level, is because you're going to go from wishful thinking to goal to obsession. I have an obsession about the things. Why am I in Bali? It is part of the journey of me going towards my C-type goal. Why do I do what I do? Why am I in Dubai? Why am I doing this challenge? Everything that I do, from the money that I spend or I don't spend, the time that I take or don't take, my life revolves around what I'm doing. Like I told my girlfriend Vanessa, my number one thing is my goal and my obsession. That is first is God. Number 2 is my goal. Number 3 is you. Okay, that's what it is. I'm not a man if I'm not going after that desire. That's just how it is. Because if I go after this, I am the man that she needs me to be, because I am tapped into who I need to be. I am him, right, with a capital H, because I'm tapped into God. The reason that is because I have an obsession. The things that I do or don't do are aligned with that. Most people do not operate like this. They operate in wishful thinking, or they operate in tentative energy, wondering if things will happen, wondering, and they're just going about life tentatively. Okay, if you guys are making sense with me. So let's talk about how to actually do this. But desiring riches with a state of mind that becomes an obsession, then planning definite ways and means to acquiring riches and backing those plans with persistence, which does not recognize failure, will bring riches. So let's go ahead and break down how to actually formulate your goal. What we're going to talk about is a C-type goal. The first thing that I do with my clients is, like, most of them, I notice they're thinking too small. If you think big, you act big. If you act big, you get big results. And because you start to think bigger, you'll do things you've never done before. So, for example, you guys remember the story I told you how I had my first 100K month. So what were some of the things that I was doing? I hired Bob Proctor. I have 30 days to kind of make this payment and kind of figure these things out, right? And so at the time, 10K a month to me would have changed my life. If you would have said, DeAndre, you're going to make 10K a month the rest of your life, I would be kind of cool with that. I mean, from where I come from, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But then Bob's like, you got to dream bigger. And so I went from 10K a month to 30K a month. And I had never earned 30K in a month, but I'm like, dang, 30K a month, I could probably have a Ferrari. I don't know what I was thinking. But I was like, you can't afford a Ferrari 30K a month. But I was like, hey, I can have a 30K a month. I can have a Ferrari, all these kind of things. That's good. But that would be considered a B-type goal, which we're talking about right now. What I needed was something big. He said, you need to dream so big that it scares you. And I said 100K a month. And I didn't know anybody making 100K a month. I knew people online made that. They claimed to make that. I know people did that. I personally didn't know anybody making that. So when I put $100,000 a month on a goal card, I didn't really believe it, but I did exactly what Bob said. I wrote it on a gold card like this. I carried it with me, and 45 days later, it was happening. Well, what were some of the things that I was doing, which is what most people don't do? And that is the first one was obviously I wrote it down. We'll talk about how to make this gold card in a second. But what I started doing was I started saturating my mind. I started doing repetitiously studying. We'll talk about repetition and how this is so important. Repetitiously studying the Bob Proctor program every single day. Doing my meditations every single day. Don't worry, we'll cover meditations, repetition, all that in the other days. I'm just talking about this part here. Then through the quantum realm, as I was driving, this is when you're going to get downloads while you're driving, while you're sleeping at between like 2 and 4 in the morning, while you're in the shower, while you're typically doing something where your mind is turned off. That's where you're going to get the download. That is when the idea from the quantum space, remember I showed you the red line? You're going to get a download from that information, whether you do it that way or whether you do it through meditation. One can be forced. One is kind of voluntary. I got an idea to reach out to this guy named Jason Stone. If you guys know Millionaire Mentor on Instagram. So at the time, I kind of knew him. Well, kind of knew him a little bit. Like, he knew who I was. We had each other's phone numbers. And so I was so scared to call this guy. But I knew if I got in front of his audience of like 7 million followers at the time, I would probably, make a little bit of sales if I offered to do some work for free. So I call him up, very nervous. Jason, how's it going? I just started working with Bob Proctor. Is it okay if I kind of train your network marketing team? That's what he was doing at the time. You know what he says? DeAndre, I just saw Bob Proctor speaking last weekend at an event. I love Bob Proctor. Of course, come please train my team. Like, how did I know that he had just seen Bob Proctor that weekend and he was so open? And it wasn't even that like I got in the door. It was like Bob and like God had opened this door magically. But I got that download one day while I was driving up to Los Angeles, going back to the Bob Proctor event. And so what I had done is I had saturated my mind with this massive idea, and the idea of how to actually get there started to formulate. So let's talk about how to actually saturate that into your subconscious mind and start to formulate your C-type goal. First step. Let's do this here. Do I have this written down? I'm going to write it for you on the whiteboard. Okay? Let's start to build this together. I would get out a piece of paper and a pen if I were you guys. Okay? First step. First step you're going to do. Fix in your mind the exact amount of money that you desire. It is not sufficient merely to say, I want plenty of money. Be definite as to the amount. There's a psychological reason for definiteness, which we'll describe in a later chapter. So the first step here, or actually let's just draw one. That's probably easier. The first step, come on, whiteboard, work with me. So number one is the exact amount. You can't just say you want more money. I can give you $1. Technically, you've earned more money. It's gotta be and we'll talk about C-type goals in a second. It's gotta be definite. How much money? Is it $1 million saved? Is it a monthly income? Is it a yearly income? Is it a net worth? Like, it has to be a specific amount. Okay. Number two. Determine exactly what you plan to give in return for your money. Holy shit, this is going to blow some of your minds away because you think you're going to win the lottery. You just magic. You know what's so funny? I saw a comment on my channel yesterday. Some dude said on that video I made where I said it's time stop consuming. It's time to create. I made that like last week. Some dude in the comment section is like, I'm tired of consuming. I just want $5 million in my bank account. He completely forgot the entire purpose of the video. Money is not gonna just come into your life. You guys watch The Secret, you read the book, you watch these motivational videos, and you just magically think money's gonna come. You are lost, and that's probably why you're broke. If you think like that, that's not how money works. Money is a direct proportion of the law of compensation, which states that you get paid in direct proportion to the problem that you solve, your ability to solve that problem, and the difficulty there will be in replacing you. Money is an exchange of value. You have to understand how money works. So step number two here is, what do you plan to give? You will have to exchange value for the money. It's not going to just come into your lap. If that's what you think, that is probably why you're broke. If you think that you're going to manifest a lottery, you can leave my Zoom call right now. I am not your person. Go watch the next YouTube video where he does the 9 affirmations for you. And then congratulations with that. I will see you never. Like, that's just not going to work for you. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to build a business. You're going to have to sell. You're going to have to make content. You're going to have to knock on doors. You're going to have to do something and most likely sell something, whether it's knowledge, cars, your business, somebody else's product, something. You're going to have to give something for the money. Why? Because money is an exchange of what? Value. This is like a massive tangent, but most of the people don't understand how money is made. Money is made because you have created value. Well, how do you create value? It's because you solved a problem. Cha-ching, if you understand what I just said, you will earn a lot of money. Most of you want to earn money, but you're focusing on yourself. You're not focusing on solving a problem for another person. You get paid by solving problems for another person. If you have no money, you are not solving a problem and you're not good at solving that problem. Okay, let me repeat that one more time. If you have no money right now, you are not solving a problem. If you don't have enough money or it's inconsistent, you're not good at solving that problem that you're doing. That is how money is made, because you alleviate the pain of a problem. Is that making sense? I don't want to get too much into this tangent right here. So what do you plan to give for the money? You're going to have to exchange some type of value. Write that down. That is probably your business, your product, your service. What problem are you solving? You probably want to even write that down as a subsequent thing, just so you're more clear. What problem are you solving? Like, I solve a massive problem. I teach entrepreneurs how to close the gap between their current reality and their desired reality, and how much is that worth to them. That is worth multiple 6 to 7 figures. My clients will go from 5K a month to 50K a month, from 0 to 100K a month, from 30K a month to 60K a month in a matter of days, weeks. So I charge lots of money for that, because the things that I teach solve a massive problem to help people make a lot of money. I solve a massive problem for people, so I charge a lot for that. What problem do you solve? If you don't have one, Alex, I know you were going to ask me inside our call today, then you have to find out, what problem do you want to solve? If you have a business, drop a 2 in the chat if you have a business already. If you currently have a business, drop a 2. Drop a 1 if you do not have a business yet. I'm just curious. I don't really know where you guys are at. If you have a business already, drop a 2. If you do not have a business, drop a 1. Okay. All right. So it's like 50-50 a little bit. Okay. For those of you that have a business right now, what you are really doing is you're trying to solve a problem for somebody. You are alleviating some type of problem. I would write that down if I were you, so you're clear what that is. Are you solving somebody's weight loss problem? Are you helping them get more dates? Are you helping them get rid of their headaches? Are you helping them make more money by understanding the algorithm for TikTok ads? Like, are you bringing them more customers? Are you helping them build platforms so they can make money online? Like, what are you doing for your customer? What problem are you solving for them? If you don't have a business and you want to start a business, then you have to get good at solving that whatever problem. You get on YouTube, like I did, YouTube University, and for free, find out which business model resonates with you, what you like, and you start doing it online typically. Like, that's why not? You can like be all over the world. I'm in Bali right now. Who knows? Like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm in Indonesia, but I'm on a cleanse right now. Okay. So it's like, you can be anywhere in the world. So I recommend being online, but you have to get good at solving that problem. And what do you plan to give? How do you package that? For me, I offer coaching. Cha-ching, you guys are here for free, but there's a 10% of you are going to want to hire me. I get paid from this challenge because I'm going to help you scale. You're like, DeAndre, this guy makes sense. I've spent 4 days with you. You know what you're talking about. I understand the material, but dude, I need you to come into my business and help me do this and save time. Here is 8 grand. Here's 10 grand. Here's 20 grand. I want your time. And I want you to teach me how to do this specifically for results, just like you did for the testimonials. That's my business model. And I work with them, and then I turn them into testimonials, and I change their life. That's just what I've been doing for 5 years. Okay. That's how it works for me. So what do I give? I give challenges and my coaching program. What do you give? Write that down for number 2. Everybody understand? That was a massive tangent, but I was trying to like condense so many coaching points into that. You know, I only have an hour with you guys, so like I do like little micro tangents. But as you can see, I can go on a 2-hour rant on law of compensation, solving problems, business strategies, what business to start, all these kind of stuff. But you know, I only have so much time. Number 3 now. Establish a definite date when you intend to have the money. Now, I personally have mixed feelings about that. Okay, number 3 is date, and I know most of you ask questions like that, like what's the date. I personally never really used the date. Like I remember my first goal card. So I started with Bob Proctor, end of January around my birthday, and I started officially studying in February. Okay, February, all I did was study. I didn't get any clients. I got my first client in March. April was my first 100K month. Okay. So from first client to like 100K month was like 30 days, 40 days. Okay. When I look at that original goal card, I didn't even know what I put until I saw a picture of it and it said October 2020. I hit it in April. So I didn't even remember what date that I put. So I never, even to this day, I don't really use dates. That's me personally. Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich says you should put a date. Here's what I do use dates for. I do 90-day sprints. I use dates as a constraint for my C-type goal, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. So, for example, if your goal is to make $100,000 a month and you give yourself 2 years to do that, that is too far out. What if get to $100,000 a month in the next 90 days? You see, I'll use 90 days as a constraint. So doing it instead of 2 years, we do it in 2 months. Now it has become urgent. So I use time as a sense of urgency. But I don't really typically say, hey, I'm going to do $1 million per month by December 2020. That, first of all, that's too far out for me to get motivated today. And I've never really seen it, things kind of like play out for me in that. That's just my personal opinion. For some people, it does work. I can only tell you what works for me. Okay. But number 3, go ahead and put a date. My recommendation is a 90-day sprint. Okay. Then we have number 4. Number 4. I'm like juggling so many things. I got the book here. I'm like writing. I'm like watching you guys in the chat, like multitasking, you know? Number 4, create a plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once, whether you're ready or not to put that plan into action. Most of you will not do this part. Let me repeat that one more time and let me write it. Plan. Right now, if you think that the money's going to come from the lottery, if it's just going to be handed to you in an envelope like the Secret movie showed you, you can leave the Zoom call right now. I'm telling you, we will not judge you. We will not judge you if you think the lottery numbers are going to hit you in the middle of the night. I promise not to judge you, okay? It's not going to happen like that. It's just, that's not how this works. You're going to give a product or a service or sell something. Yes, you're going to have to sell something. You're going to have to sell something for that, whether it's a product, your knowledge, a service. That's how it's going to work. So now in step 4, you're going to formulate a plan to start moving in that direction. Now, let me repeat number 4 one more time for you because there's many things to impact there. Create a definite plan, okay, for carrying out your desire. So now we're going to have to start to formulate how to do that and begin at once, meaning right now, right after this meeting. Start. Some of you, 80% of you will do nothing. Will still do nothing. That's just how people are. I don't know. I'm not that person. I just work, build, dream, create, and I create my reality. But you have to begin at once, not next week, not when the Super Bowl is over. I think it already ended, right? No, now. Yeah, I'm like, I don't watch the Super Bowl. Super Bowl was at 7 a.m. my time. You think I'm gonna get up at 7 a.m. to watch the Super Bowl? Like, no, I'll just look at the stats after on Google, you know? But you begin at once, whether you are ready or not. You don't have the money. Let me help you out really quickly. You don't have the money. You don't have the resources. You don't have the contacts. You don't have the followers. You don't have the credit. You don't have the business. You don't have the mentor. Great. Congratulations. Welcome to the club. You don't have any of the shit that you need to go to the next level. That's the point. It's at a different frequency. You decide first, you work, and through time, the doors start to open for you. You don't have, Oh my gosh. Like, no, like for those of you that are already making 10K a month, you understand me to a degree. For those of you that are like still struggling, like you still have not figured this part out yet. When I hired Bob Proctor, I didn't even use my money. I used my grandpa's money. And then how was I going to get to 100K a month? I had no followers. And then how was I going to teach? I didn't have any clients. Well, how was I going to get people set up? I didn't even have a website. I still don't even have a website. I made millions of dollars. I don't even have a website yet. We're still getting the funnel set up. Like, I don't have an email list. You don't need any of this stuff. Some of you have websites and funnels, and once the website is up and the contacts, like, yo, I didn't need any of that. All I need to make 100K a month is the Zoom link, the same Zoom link you're on now. I've done 7,000 calls on this Zoom link here. A way to collect payment, so Stripe or Square. A sales script, so I know what to say on how to flow, and then something to sell, which is the product. That's it. I make multiple seven figures like that. That's it. No website, no funnels, no email list, no opt-in page, nothing. That's it. You guys are complicating it. And so you start right where you're at with what you have. Some of you don't even need to buy a course for the business plan. Go on YouTube University. To start, at least, eventually you're going to want to hire somebody to save you time. For those of you that are making money already, you're already making 10 to 50K a month, you understand how valuable time is. So why are you going to go spend, for those of you that are making money, why are you going to go spend 2 months of your time shifting through a bunch of YouTube videos of people that barely know what they're doing as well sometimes, and they're trying to pitch you every video? Or you just hire the person and get the step-by-step and condense it in 6 weeks. So most of you understand that are making money. It's way better to spend 10 grand to go faster than to spend 6 months trying to put it together yourself, and it ends up falling apart anyways. So it's like, for most of you, start on YouTube University for free like I did, learning everything. But eventually, yeah, you're going to want to hire somebody so you can just go faster. That should be my plan. And you don't need anything, especially in today's age. You have internet, you have YouTube University, and you start your plan right now. First part of your homework is you're going to formulate your plan, and you're going to put that plan into action. Now, what does it look like for me? For me, my plan is YouTube ads and challenges. Congratulations. You guys are part of my C-type goal. I will keep saying this. I am literally doing it in front of you guys now. The people that I have 500 people that have spent more than $8 to $50,000 with me. 500. I have noticed a pattern. Most of them need to see me teaching them for hours on end before they buy from me. Most of you started on YouTube. You're like, I like this guy to the point where I want to invest my personal time, right? Which is your time now live on a challenge with me. You guys are going down my funnel, right? Because I've been doing this for a long time. I've spoke to thousands of people. So then it gets to the point where some of you are here on this call and you're going to get the points and boom, 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 you're going to go up to the ladder. So for me, in order to scale to $1 million a month, first of all, I need testimonials. So I need clients, or I desire clients, right? And the best way for me to do that is to give them results in advance. How many of you, and most of you here, how many of you have watched my YouTube channel and somehow got results? Whether it's material results, mindset shifts, like there was something where you just watch my stuff for free and you're like, all right, this guy knows what he's talking about. Let me join the challenge. It's free anyways. And you join. You see what I'm talking about? This is the business side now. You give stuff for free. You give results in advance. I give away information for free. Like you notice here, like I don't gatekeep information. Like I don't have a course. People try to pirate my course. I don't have a course. All my course is YouTube. Free, 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 free. Everything is free. What's hard is implementation. That is my time, okay? Anyways, with that being said, my current plan is through challenges and YouTube ads, okay? So my exact goal is $1 million per month, right? Step one. Step number two, what do I plan to give? Is challenges and coaching. Well, my coaching program. What's my date? I just put June. I don't know. I just put June on it. Like I said, I don't really use dates, but I put that on there. Number four, YouTube ads. Right now, most of you guys came organically, but I'm also running YouTube ads because organic is great, but once you start making some money, ads are the best way to scale. So guess what I do all day? We run our ads, we're fixing our ads, or we're making the challenge better. You guys are literally watching me build everything I teach like in front of you. Like that's the best way to have a leader, right? I'm showing you from the front what I'm doing, okay? And so guess what I write on my goal card? So what do I think about all day? I think about my YouTube ads, how to make them better, and I think about the challenges, and I think about making YouTube videos. So guess what my body naturally starts to do? Remember yesterday we talked about the paradigm, conscious mind, subconscious mind, body. If you hold images in your conscious mind and then put emotions behind it, they get into the subconscious mind, which is alters your actions. So what do my actions look like? If you ask me, D, what does your day look like? It's obviously the meditations, everything I'm going to teach you later, but it's this. This is what I do. My plan. I work my YouTube ads and I work my challenges and I work my YouTube channel. That's what I do. And I earn 7 figures doing that. And now we're going to go to 7 figures per month doing the same exact thing, just at a higher level and a different, slightly different plan. Everybody follow me. Drop a 7 in the chat if you guys are following me. Let's go to the next point here. But drop a 7 if you guys are following me. Okay. Number 5. Write out a clear and concise statement of the amount of money you intend to acquire, name the time limit for acquisition, state what you intend to give in return for the money, and describe clearly the plan in which you intend to accumulate it, aka goal card. Step number 5, you're going to write this on a goal card in a clear and concise statement. For those of you that don't have a goal card, just go inside the school group on the classroom section. This is for free. Just print it out. It's like a business card paper. It's not regular paper. It'd be too flimsy. This is like a business card paper, or as thick as you want, right? And you write it on a clear sentence, and it'll look like this. I'm so happy and grateful now that I earn $1 million per month from YouTube ads and challenges. What's the exact amount? $1 million per month. At one point, it was $100,000 a month. I hit that already multiple times. Right? What do I plan to give? I plan to give challenges and coaching. Coaching is the direct way I get paid. Challenges is how I acquire clients. Or YouTube, right? It's the same thing. I give, right? I give you guys results in advance. You know what? You know what's so funny? For any of you that decide to hire me or whatever, here's what all the clients say. They said, DeAndre, I got results with your free stuff. Your free stuff is so good. I wanted to see what your paid stuff look like. That's just the mindset of the people that buy from me. Like they do it themselves. They're like, damn, this is good stuff. I want to go to the next level. I want to be closer to you. I want to learn this. And that's what happens. That's how my business works. I give you guys so much that you can do it by yourself, literally. Okay? But at the end of the day, that's what I give. My YouTube channel and challenges. 3, what's the date? I just put June in here. Not too much thought behind that. Like I said, I don't use dates, but I just put June on there. Okay? Plan. What's my plan? YouTube ads. Okay? And number 5, I have it on a card. And I carry that card with me. Everybody following me here on how to do this. Okay? Number 6, and this is one of the most important parts now. Number 6. Read your written statement aloud twice daily, once before retiring at night and once after rising in the morning. As you read, see, and feel and believe yourself already in possession of the money. This is also known as the law of assumption. Okay, that says read 2x daily. I'm going to read that one more time for you because it's really important. If you don't do this part, it's not going to work. And I'll tell you why it works here in a second. Read your statement, aka your goal card, twice daily. When? First thing in the morning. Why is it first thing in the morning? Well, that is your... Hold on a second. People are messaging me. First thing in the morning, the first reason is that your brain is more susceptible to your visions first thing in the morning. Because I'm not going to talk about brain waves in here, but your brain waves is coming out of delta, which is a sleep-like state, which means the conscious mind is sleeping. The subconscious mind is active. And then when you're starting to wake up and you're in that groggy state and you're coming to consciousness and you're like remembering that you're a human again, this kind of phase, that first few seconds of your life when you're waking up, you're shifting from delta waves to theta waves, into alpha waves and all the way up to beta. That process can take from 15 to 20 minutes of really kind of like waking up. So when you first wake up in the morning and you see your goal card, especially doing visualization, the first seconds of you waking up, visualizing your goal card, it's easier passed on to the subconscious mind. Okay? Then the second time you read it, by the way, I'd read it multiple times, but this is the bare minimum. Second time is right before going off to sleep. Why is that? Law of assumption, also known as the ladder technique from Neville Goddard. I did the ladder technique and it worked. I climbed the ladder at the Aura Sky Pool in Dubai. I think it was by day 2 I climbed the ladder. Why does it work? Whatever images and feelings that you drift off to sleep with, your subconscious mind will marinate on those for hours while you sleep. And it's being imprinted on your subconscious mind, which is, remember, the effortless part. I don't like, I'm running a challenge right now, and obviously it's a conscious choice, but honestly it's an unconscious choice because it's on my goal card. I've read it so many times that I'm going to continue to run challenges every month, and they're going to get better, they're going to get bigger, and different things will happen because this is part of my C-type goal. And so as you're going off to sleep, your mind starts to marinate on the ideas, and you start to attract people, situations, and circumstances to aid you in accomplishment of that goal through the bridge of incidents. Random things will start to happen to aid you towards that C-type goals in ways that are mysterious to you. That's the part you don't have to worry about. But here's an important part here. You read, as you read, see and feel and believe. Remember the frequency: thoughts, feelings, actions. See with the thoughts, feel with your heart, electromagnetic. The body is an electromagnetic switching station, meaning you send out the signal electrically with your mind, but you magnetize it back with your heart and your feeling states. Electromagnetic. Okay? And see yourself already in possession of the money or the thing that you want. You have to assume that it's done. That's the law of assumption. That is what you're going to be doing now. You guys following me here? So I want to go a little bit more in depth on this part over here. Almost like I want to talk about a couple things. First thing I want to talk about is that C-type goal. And then I want to talk about the electromagnetic part, because I probably won't talk about that again. I'll talk about it for a second. We got like 10 minutes, so we got some time. Okay, so this is you, my little stick figure dude. Okay? When you have the thoughts here in your mind, you send out this signal to the universe. Remember I talked about consciousness is the only thing that surpasses all time and space. Like, think about, this book was written nearly 100 years ago, and the ideas and thoughts of this individual can live through us. Thought is the only frequency that can surpass gravity, time, and all things. It's the highest frequency in the world, is consciousness. It's the same consciousness that said, I am. The same consciousness that said, let there be light. Like that right there, that consciousness of where we come from, that oneness is the highest form of frequency that precedes all things through, that penetrates all gravity, that penetrates all DNA of the matrix, that penetrates all things. That is thought frequency. Are y'all following me here? Okay. That voice that said your name yesterday, that penetrates all time, space, and quantum realms. That is an electrical signal that you send out into the matrix. But we, as human beings, have been given feeling states. So this will be your little heart here. Or what Bob Proctor would call it here, is the heart is actually in the subconscious mind. It's not actually in your body. I'll actually stay true to his teachings. The heart is not there in your body. It's in your subconscious mind. Okay, T, let that represent the thoughts. Red is the feeling states. And you magnetize it back to you with the heart, aka your feeling states. Magnetic. You got to do both. Have the thoughts and the feelings coming back. If you notice that you have the thoughts, but it's not coming back to you, it's because you don't have the feeling states. If you notice that things are happening to you, but they're kind of chaotic and sporadic, it's because you're not actually sending out the right signal. You have feeling states, but you're not actually direct. It's more of like a buffet versus a la carte. But if you're not getting anything, you're sending the order, but you're not feeling it back. You got to do one. You got to do both. Okay. Anyways, that was a little tangent. Okay, let's get into the 3 types of goals. Now you might be saying, well, DeAndre, what goal do I actually write? Like, what's the actual exact amount? Well, there's a plan to that. There's 3 types of goals: A-type goals, B-type goals, and C-type goals. I'm gonna go through this a little quickly. You may have seen this before, but this is you're writing your goal now. Like, I'm not here to teach you like class. You're here to listen to what I say and then update your card now as you speak, as you do the homework and come back to next class tomorrow. A-type goal is something that you've done before. It's something that you've accomplished. It's something where you are, how would I put this down? It's something that you've done before. I'll just write that down. You've done this before. What's a perfect example? Why am I writing example? God, my bad, guys. It's 2 a.m. I'm writing stuff down. Forgive me, guys. I'm like writing stuff done before. So an A-type goal you've done before. What's an example of that? Well, let's just say you're running a coaching business. You're running a coaching business, and last year you were making $15,000 a month, and something happened. Your business partner, the credit, somebody passed away, whatever. All these different unfortunate events happen, and now you're making between $2,000 to $5,000 a month. Okay, and you come to me and you run your goal card and you say, DeAndre, my goal is to make $15,000 a month. We would constitute that as an A-type goal because you have done that already. There's no growth behind that. You have accomplished that. You may not be there now, but you have done it before in your past. You guys understand what an A-type goal is, okay? You do not want to have an A-type goal. There's no growth behind there. The purpose of a goal is not to get. The purpose of the goal is to grow. When I see my $1 million month, I don't just see the money. I see who I need to become. There's 3 paradigms you must live from. First, you must become. First, you must become. Then you do. Then you have. Everybody wants to have without becoming. That's not how this shit works. You first become, and through higher frequencies to lower frequencies, just like all things in life, if you understand electromagnetics and how electricity works, you always start from a higher potential to a lower potential, aka the highest potential is becoming, and you move down to have. First, you must become. If you're not making the income that you want, you have not become that person. Then the question must be, who do I need to become? Not how. If you're thinking how, you're missing the point here. It's not how, it's who. Who do you need to become? What habits do you need to have? What business? How do you need to see yourself? How do you need to manage money? How do you need to sell? What's your risk levels? These are the things you must look at. Who do you need to become? Once you start to become that person, because you get very clear on what they look like, you will start to do things naturally. You will run the things, and then you begin to have. Anyways, so that's why we don't have an A-type goal, is because you have done this before. B-type goal is typically your plan. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, DeAndre, you just told me we have to run a plan right here. It's different. Typically, people that have a B-type goal, they're reacting. Remember yesterday we talked about reacting to the outside world? If you live here, you're going to be stuck. 90% of you are right here in a B-type goal. You're thinking, man, it'd be so nice to do this once I have the money, once I have the followers, once I have these things, then I will work. That's not, I don't work that way. I've never done it this way. I've always done it the way I'm going to show you on the C-type goal. What most people do in a B-type goal is they look at their outside resources. They look at the money, the followers, their living situation. Somebody said on my YouTube channel a comment a couple days ago, it's so nice for you to say when you live in Dubai and make money. I'm like, holy shit, that's not how I started. Like, no. Most people that are in a B-type goal is they're waiting for some outside thing, aka reacting, and then they formulate their goals. How many contacts? Like when I wrote that first goal card of 100K a month, I had no idea how I was going to do it. That's the fun, finding out how you're going to do it. And so I didn't think, oh my God, I don't have followers. I think I only had like 3,000 followers at the time, maybe, or some shit like this. I don't remember. I didn't have any traffic at all. So I had to think outside the box. And so I was like, okay, I have to use somebody else's traffic, and boom, that's exactly what happened. You see, I didn't have the plan, so I did things I'd never done before. Remember, I said, as you think big, you act big. As you act big, you get big results. You don't want to have a B-type goal because there's no growth there. There's no plan. There's no ability for you to think outside the box. Remember, I said we have anywhere from 60 to 70,000 thoughts every single day. 90% of those thoughts are the same as yesterday. The first thing I get my clients to do is set a bigger goal, which causes them to do things they've never done over the past 90 days, which is why they get better results. Then you have a C-type goal. A C-type goal is a fantasy. This is what you want. Not what you think you want. This is what you really want. Like, I don't really have a idea how I'm going to get to 100K, I'm sorry, million a month, but I'm just working my plan. You have a fantasy. What do you want? You really have to sit there and think, like, what do you truly want? I think on today's homework, I help you guys with this. But that's what a C-type goal is it's what you really want. At the time I wanted 100K a month and I hit that. My plan would have been 10K a month. What I really wanted was 100K a month. And because of that, I hit that. First, you formulate what you want, and then the universe will come and bring it to you after you have done these steps here. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, DeAndre, how do you formulate a plan if B-type goal means you don't have a plan? Well, you start moving in the direction of what would be the first step if you were going to do this. If your goal is to make 100,000 a month and you're only making 10, well, there's some kind of plan you can put together. You notice the difference here. If you have a plan to get your C-type goal ready, like, okay, step 1, run ads. Step 2, message the person. Step 3, send 100 DMs a day. Like, that is a B-type goal. A C-type goal is what you want, and it's probably scary. You've never done it before. It's outside of your comfort zone. But there's still a step you can do. Like, probably start a YouTube channel. Make a video. Start a TikTok account. Something like this. Like, you have to start somewhere. Hopefully you guys are noticing the difference. Like, you're not just going to sit on your ass. You're not going to get lottery numbers. It's not going to work like that. You're going to have to go work. Be of service. We've now crossed the 2 a.m. mark for me. Be of service. Like I am. I am being of service to people, to you guys on this call. I am being of service. Be of service. Work. Build. Dream. And create. This is what I used to tell myself all the time as I was pulling myself out of the trenches. Be of service, work, build, dream, create, and it will start to come into your life. Alrighty, guys. So I only have an hour with you. And as you know, I can literally sit here for 5 hours on this topic. Like, we can go in so many tangents. We can go into C-type goal. How do you formulate that? Theory, fact. We can go into like so many different things. I can teach this. I only have 1 hour with you. So let's go ahead and let's talk about your homework. Okay. Homework for today. Hold on, I'm pulling it up for you guys. All right. First one is I think I told you guys to write your plan, right? Write your plan out. Write your plan. What's your plan to get towards that and start working your plan immediately? Number two, you're gonna write a life script. Now I don't have time to cover all this. This is what I cover in my program, in my Quantum Leap program. So I cover how to like make the scripts and all that. I'm just gonna give you the high level things you can start doing. Create a life script. The reason you want to do the life script is because that is the image that we're going to be planting into the subconscious mind. For most of you, you're going to read this goal card and no images come to your mind. This is just words on a card. There's no images. Remember, that's the language of the subconscious mind. For most of you, you're not going to have images. To help you formulate those images, you write a life script. Okay? 1 page front and back, writing down what that C-type goal looks like. Okay? First part of the homework, write your plan. Second part of the homework, write a life script. Number 3, voluntary is vision board. So I have a vision board. Okay. Number 4, this one is required. Okay. The vision board one is voluntary for you on the challenge. If you're a client, it's required. But this is required right here. Goal card. Get your goal card. I showed you guys where it's at. It's in the classroom section of school. And come to the next call tomorrow with your goal card. I'm going to ask you for it. If you don't have it tomorrow, then why are you on the call? This is not a YouTube video. If you guys want to just watch stuff, go watch YouTube. If you're here to work. That's why it's called a challenge. I'm challenging you to do stuff and implement. So you're going to come back to the next call with your card ready. Okay? So that's what it will look like. Write a definite script. Write a singular C-type goal. Write it on a card and carry with you, and then carry your vision board with you, or have your vision board with you. Okay. So what is tomorrow's call? I don't know. I'll have it ready for you. It's already planned out. But guys, how you guys liking this? Are you guys enjoying this? Is it helpful for you guys? Yeah. You guys liking this? Yeah. Let me see. Let me see if I give you guys like a nice little bonus here. Nice little bonus. I love talking about the quantum space. I love talking about the meditations. I think this is like one of the most important parts is just having the right direction and then having an obsession. I think that's one of the most important parts. Most people aren't obsessed about anything. My entire life revolves around whatever I'm working towards, to the place that I live, the things that I'm doing, the challenges, the dollars that I'm spending. It becomes an obsession. And that's when it becomes fun. Did you use the ladder technique to manifest money? No, I've been doing this now for 5 years. I just started the ladder technique 2 weeks ago, and it worked. I climbed the ladder. So now I'm doing it for like my YouTube plaque. But you guys can do this for everything. Maybe I'll take one question. I'll take one question. If you guys want to write it in the chat, I'll take one question, maybe one or two. Did it use the ladder technique? Feeling and emotion, that's the same thing. Is visualizing before bed better? You need to do all of it. It's like, is it better to walk with your left foot or your right foot? It's like it's both. You need both of them. Yes, you want to visualize right before bed, but you also want to visualize multiple times throughout the day. I meditate. I recommend my clients to meditate 2 to 3 times a day. It was literally just me meditating on that couch 2 to 3 times a day and just doing random shit. Like, I'm talking about my first 100K month, because that's one that's the most important to you guys, because that was when this is before I had any belief. I was just studying. I had no results. So now obviously it's easy for me to believe it because it's happened to me. But when I first started, I was just trying things. Yeah, I was studying the program we'll talk about repetitiously, That's the program that I give to my clients, the one I still use to this day. Repetition is such an important part. I think it's day 4. We talk about repetition, maybe tomorrow. It's without repetition, like this doesn't work. And I was studying the program and I was trying things. At the time, I thought it was YouTube. This is back in 2020. I was making YouTube videos, but that only takes me an hour and a half, 2 hours. The rest of the time, I was kind of just like bored. I'm like, what do? I have no clients. I already did my hour of study for the day. It's like during pandemic, and I would just meditate 2 to 3 times a day, imagining myself having a fully booked out calendar, which for me as a coach means clients. And I visualized that for 7 days, being fully booked out. And as I was visualizing it 2 to 3 times a day, I'd put these feelings of like anxiety of like, oh my God, I'm booked out from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. When am I even going to eat? When am I even going to go to the bathroom? And I would put these feeling states and I would do this 2 to 3 times a day. And 7 days later, it manifested. It came to me. I didn't go find it. It came to me. He messaged me and it just fell in my lap. And that's exactly how I lived for 9 months straight. Eating at the call. I would start my sales call like this. Like, hey, what's up, Tyler? Don't mind, bro. I've been on sales calls all day. Mind if I eat? I'm eating in front of you. Eat my burrito and stuff on the sales call. Like, I literally lived for 9 months. Exactly what I meditated and exactly what I visualized. But it's not just that. Another big misconception a lot of people have is they ask me, DeAndre, what meditation should I do? I didn't know meditations. Like, I just started learning meditation after studying Dr. Joe Dispenza, all the retreats and stuff. Like, I just put on random meditation music and I would just do it 2 to 3 times a day. But I was doing it in a certain way, which I do understand now what I did. And I do that, but it's not that like you don't need to be so rigid. It's the bigger things that I did. Taking risk, packing my bags when I didn't have the money, spending the money when I didn't have it, hiring the coach, getting the program. Like everybody does everything that's the hard part, nobody wants to do. But the easy part, sitting on the couch and woo-saw, like that one they can do. But when it comes to the hard stuff, I'm not spending no money. I'm not hiring nobody. I'm not getting a coach. I'm not gonna take the risk. I'm not gonna move to a new city. Oh, what? No, they don't want to do none of that stuff. All the stuff that had me crying and all that stuff. Oh man, I've been through the trenches, guys. You know what's so funny? Yesterday before because it's late for me, guys. It's 2 in the morning. So like I take a nap before the meeting, and I had this weird ass dream, and in this weird dream, I'm gonna tell you this dream, okay? I'm sitting in this audience, sitting in this crowd of people, and there's two people speaking, and I think they're trying to sell to the group. There's this one redheaded girl. After the meeting, she doesn't make any money. She gets so angry. She's like, "Why did nobody buy from me? This doesn't work!" And she storms out of the meeting. This is my dream, right? And then there's another guy who he tried to also sell, and it didn't work for him. But he was more humble. He was like, "You know what? I didn't sell anything, and I don't know. It just didn't work." And I said something. I say, "Hey guys, you didn't provide any value to these people." And then everybody started paying attention to me, and I just started teaching. Literally the stuff I'm teaching you guys now. I started teaching to the group. I don't know. I just started teaching them mindset and creating value. Because by the way, this is all mindset stuff, but there's also business stuff, creating values, offers, sales. Like I also teach this stuff, right? But in the dream, there's a part where I started reflecting on my journey. I've been doing this for 10 years. And in my dream, I started crying. I was like, guys, like I have been to the trenches. You have no idea how many times I had no money, like 40 cents in my account, forced fasting. Who knows who's ever fasted before? Like fasted. Who's ever been through a forced fast, meaning you have no money for food, you can't eat. Like, so you can't, even if you wanted to, you can't. Yes, I've had many days like this where I was forced fasting. I had no money. And I was reflecting now, like where I've been and where I'm at now. And I've been through so much stuff. And when I look at it, like I'm very proud of myself. And man, I've been through it. Most people can't say that though. Like I have taken so many risks and failed at so many things. And people ask me what meditation did I do, not knowing that it's not that. Like that helps, but it's like the trenches and the risk and the going after it and spending the money and failing and starting the business and failing. And I probably failed 3 times, 10 times before the next person is still deciding the plan. I want to start the first one. Like I work very quickly and I try things very quickly and I see what works. And that is a very, very important part of success. that most people don't do because they want something easy, and it's not how it works. It's not how it works. Yes. Questions here. 1 second. That's gonna be it, guys. All right. Recording will be up. I'll see you guys on tomorrow's call. I have so much more stuff to cover with you guys. Love you guys. See you on tomorrow's call. Take care.